USA! Hi, I'm Dude Love, the swingingest cat in all the land, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection, UK. Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection, UK. Now, Mick Foley doing the intros. My goodness, we are going up in the world. So, it's my birthday. Yes, so today I have turned 36 years old, so I thought I'd celebrate with a video of one of my favourite collections. So we're going to go in deep today on the WWE collection, including the four ring dioramas that I have built. So all the eras are represented, from the golden age to the new generation to the attitude era to the modern age. So we're going to go over all these displays behind me, and I hope you enjoy. Right, we're going to kick this thing off in style with the Attitude Era, which I'm sure most people do consider the best era of wrestling, period. But please do let me know in the comments or the live chat, would you agree with that, or is there a different era of wrestling that you enjoy? So this is the Attitude Era display. So that is the Mattel Ultimate Edition Kane ring that came out a few months ago, and my whole display that I've built around it. So let's give you an overview, and then we'll go in more detail. So I've built the guardrail there because the Attitude Era and the modern era have the sort of black barrier. That is built from the Mattel figures from the Elites. I think an old Shield version of Roman Reigns came with lots of barrier pieces. So I've managed to secure some off eBay over the years, and got about 16 pieces now, I think, to make this barricade. Now the mat that they're standing on at the bottom, that black mat, is literally just very thin pieces of foam from Hobbycraft. It's about 50p per A4 sheet of just craft foam you can get, and I've covered this whole table in the, as you can see there, in the black foam, just to give a sort of illusion of the ring mats there. Now the stage, that's literally just come in, so that is a recent eBay pickup. A lot of you may recognise it. Now entering the Titantron. So that is the Jakks Titantron from way back in 1999, so at the height of the Attitude Era. So I got a used one. I'm not sure if it even works yet, because I need some Titantron live figures to go on that piece of silver stripping there, and their feet used to play the entrance theme. So I have to go up in the loft and see if I've got any Titantron figures, put some batteries in it and see if it works. But I've managed to clean it up quite nicely. It was absolutely filthy, but I have managed to clean it up, and as I say, get that in there. So I've got Edge and Christian, if I pan down there, nice bit of panage coming through, and you can see the back of the stage of the modern era that is behind them, is why you see Matt and Jeff Hardy there. So if I take you around the side, you will see I've created like this little backstage area where everybody can sort of come through, and because the Titantron is a little small for the modern sort of 6.5, 7-inch scale figures, they do only just about fit through there, but it does have a step on the back, so I've got them down there. So that is filling in until Mattel decide to do a crowdfunded version of the Raw stage. So if you've seen the recent WCW stage and the backstage footage from behind at WrestleMania, they pretty much announced that they're going to make a Raw version. It's going to be even more money than the WCW version. So they've done the WCW version first, and it's going to be absolutely massive. I think it's actually going to be the size of pretty much this whole sort of table in length. So if they do that, this is going to need a bit of a rethink. But until that day, I think that'll do as a nice sort of stand-in. You've even got the old WWF logo on there. So I even found up in the loft a WWF sort of base plate there. So that's gone in there. That's gone in the display. So if I come back and try and get a shot of the whole sort of arena setup, you see it's a meter-long table from IKEA, and it's 60 centimeters wide. And what is actually the base for it, if I come down here, you'll see the base I've built is this piece here. That is actually so those bits there, it's the shelf inserts. And somebody's ringing me. Who's bloody ringing me? I bet you that's my bloody mother. Let's come out here. Look at that. Look at that. Bloody mother. Why is she ringing me? Let's give her an answer. We're live on YouTube. Hello? Hello. Oh, happy birthday, she says. You are live on YouTube, mother. I'm actually live recording right as we speak. So, well, they can all hear you. Say something to the public.
Hello, public.
Hello, public. That's Mummy wishing me happy birthday. So we'll say thank you, Mummy. We'll hang up and we'll speak to Mummy later.
Okay then, bye.
Bye, Mummy. So that was Mummy, ladies and gentlemen. She was ringing me right during filming, so I'll have to. We'll keep that in. We're not editing that out. That can stay in. Good God. Now you are 36 years old today, and still buying wrestling toys, as she would say. Right, back on track. Where were we? We're talking about the table. So the table is made of these insert pieces, the uprights you can see there. With the calyx, you can see a little hole down there. They do have inserts to make them into cubes. What I've done is made some of them double wide, so it gave me a lot of spare wood. Yep, make your jokes as you will, spare wood on the channel. And that wood has been laid down on the table to make it wider, and they're blue tacked together, a few dowels in there to keep them together. And I've created this big long table. Lots of innuendo I sense happening here. So that's the table and the barrier. As I say, the ring is the recent 22-inch square Mattel Creations ring. And it is very sturdy, nice solid post. You do get a very good detailed turnbuckles there. If I move Mick out of the way, you'll see really good detailing on the turnbuckles. So it's a very good in-scale ring. So I've sort of surrounded it like a lumberjack match that I've done on most of these displays. I'll just take you through sort of what we've got over here then. So I've got the Hart Foundation over in the corner. So you've got Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Bret, Hitman Hart, so you've got British Bulldog and Brian Pillman. And if you look at them from the rear, you actually see the back of their jackets are pretty cool. So they are in the corner. At the very front of the display, we've got the Nation of Domination. So we've got Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown, The Rock, if you smell what he's cooking, and Farouk there. And you can see the sort of the ring skirt there. Again, nice fabric ring skirt from Mattel. And we've got the Corporation up on the top there. So we've got Ken Shamrock and the Big Boss Man, Mr. McMahon and the Stooges. So we've got Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe over there with the APA's door into where their sort of backstage gambling would be. Shane McMahon's also down there from WrestleMania 14. We've actually got the APA, but we've got Farouk and Bradshaw in their sort of modern Legends figures and their Acolyte design from the sort of Ministry of Darkness era. Stone Cold himself is in the ring with the blue version of the Big Eagle, not the black version, the blue version of the strap. There is the Ultimate Edition cane that came with the ring. There is the Undertaker himself. You've seen Dude Love doing the intro over there. And they're all flanked by G-Generation X over there. So we've got Shawn, we've got the Builder figure Rick Rude, Triple H China, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn. X-Spot hasn't made it because I want him in a red outfit. So until they make red outfit version, he's staying up there. He's somewhere in the actual collection. So if I pan back, you can see it is flanked by the Star Wars section at the top, and then into rows and rows of wrestling figures, because I've collected this stuff for absolutely eons. That's why I thought on my birthday I'm going to do a wrestling video. It's my favourite topic, so I thought, right, treat yourself, do a video on wrestling. And there is the stage, as you can see. And we've got the commentary set up here, all the crap on the floor, but we've got JR the King and Howard Finkel down there announcing the matches. So that is the Attitude Era part of the table, and we will now move on to the next one. Now let's stick on the top table, saving bending down for this bit. So that is the back view of the Raw Arena and the mint on card figures there on the wall for most of the Ultimate editions. So as I come back, we're now going into what I'm calling the modern era. So this is my newest and temporary display, because this will be replaced by the WCW stage if the WCW stage gets funded. But even if it doesn't, they're definitely doing a ring. And I've got a backup plan, so I'll take you through that as we go through. So we start with the backstage area, and again we've got modern Shane McMahon. He's on the gurney there. He's in trouble. He's broke his leg at WrestleMania, poor fella. So he's getting overlooked by Oscar and Bailey with her wacky wailing inflatable tube man that she's deflated, and into Sasha Banks there. So the stage, I've had this for a good number of years. Spot the Dan Who Easter egg there, ladies and gentlemen. A business card has made the arena. There's a sponsor of the arena there. So that stage, you can actually fit a tablet in there, like an iPad in there, and then get the videos to play. So that is about, oh, I don't know, 2014 I think that came out. Maybe 2015 actually, but yeah, that was the Raw and SmackDown interchangeable arena, or stage I should say, that came from Mattel. It's like a breakaway stage. You've got different features there. It does light up, and you can break the entrance and everything, and there is a WWE sign to go there. But there is the Ultimate Edition Demon Finn Balor doing his pose on the stage, and Becky Lynch is also up on the stage. I lost that figure for about a year. I found it down the back of my office desk, so don't know how it got there. Corey Graves has held a broken announce table because I can't find the pieces to make my second full one, so he's got a broken one. Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey having a bit of a street fight there. Charlotte's got the kendo stick, and again here for the base, as you can see, the transition from the black into the grey, so the ring mats. The reason these are grey is this is where I say the WCW arena is going to go, and I'm going to make the grey with flame effects. So this is sort of a temporary setup just to fill the space, because I don't want to have an empty gap for another year, and I do like to plan ahead with these things. So again, this is the Mattel SmackDown ring. This is the light up one. If I press that, you might be able to see the different settings it does of lights. I think it does 3 sort of. There you go, have it flashing. So again, that was bought to retail by Mattel. The other ones have been exclusives or in the crowdfund, but slightly smaller, so it's not quite as good quality as the other ones, but it does light up. So I think it does the job really for a modern stage. There's a Power Rangers Easter egg down there with my little city I've been building, and why not? I'll show you Goldar. So Goldar fighting a Tyrannosaurus there as a little bonus. So I've got the Bloodline set up in the ring. So you've got Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, head of the table. You've got the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, and you've got the Usos with the SmackDown tag titles there, facing off against Edge from his WrestleMania attire. And you might be able to get some sort of I get some photography down there. If I was any good at figure photography, that might work. And you got Old Man Goldberg and Ponytail Brock Lesnar over there in the ring. Down the side, we've got the return of Daniel Bryan. So we've got Daniel Bryan's SummerSlam match against The Miz. So The Miz, Bryan, and Maurice down there. And if I do it, oh, look at that, deep squats, deep birthday squats, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, and Braun Strowman, representing sort of the Fiend and all those characters there. There's a ladder to fill some space. There's a modern Rey Mysterio, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Bro. It's a Matt Riddle on a scooter. So if I pan around, you can see sort of the modern arena temporary setup there. Now for the next bit, I'm going to have to get on the floor, as Gordon Ramsay would say, pan down. So here we go. So underneath the table, you will see 2 75cm long table legs, and underneath here is a whole another arena setup, including lights under the table. So I have fully lit this display down here, and luckily the tables were the perfect height of 2 of the Kallax cubes at the back, so once you're sat down it doesn't block any of the view off the back shelf, so you can still see all the displays under there, Legions at the back and all sorts under here. So what I did, because I haven't got a PowerPoint here, there's a temporary power pack that I've like a phone charge and battery power pack, and then these are USB lights under the table, so then that fully lights up this area. And of course this is the crowdfunded New Generation Arena, and the stage there itself does light up. And if you haven't seen it before, if I can lean right in there, get the thing to flash for you. There's the button gone. There we go, full stretch. So it does all sorts of entrance patterns. As I sort of just focus on the Undertaker there, making his walk to the ring. So this is, as I say, the New Generation crowdfunded arena down the bottom. And you may have seen this before in a previous video. I've just adapted it literally to fit under the table. So I've made the blue mats in there. I've got Roddy Piper and Vince McMahon on sort of the commentary plinth there. There's the Ultimate Edition Ultimate Warrior. You've got Mean Gene over there interviewing Ric Flair. And then we've got people surrounding the ring down the bottom here. So we've got the only referee they've actually made, which is Old Dangerous Danny Davis. We've got Earthquake and Jimmy Hart in the ring, ready to face off against Hogan, and everybody is surrounding the ring there. Jake the Snake, Papa Shango, Rick Martel. And my goodness, some of these figures are hard to find these days. I think WWE figures go up more than anything on the aftermarket, so I'm lucky really to have been collecting these for so bloody long. There's a barricade down there with Demolition and Bret Hart. That is an old Ring of Honor barricade. I took the signs off, but they're quite hard to find these days as well. Dusty Rhodes is over there with Macho King, Shawn Michaels, the Legion of Doom surrounding the back of the ring there. You may get quite a lot of blue light from under here because I do have like a blue setting on, which it's hard to sort of take off, so it will give you a bit of a sort of blue hue down here in the sort of underneath section. But as I say, it doesn't block anything down here, and it gives you a really good display of everything that's going on. So I really am quite impressed with this because I grew up on this sort of era of wrestling. I got into wrestling in sort of 1992, 1993. So this stage was quite a sentimental one for me. So actually that I got backed, I was really pleased. And then the time I got into teenage years, I was up. I was the perfect age for, well, that's not a bad shot, is it? That could be a thumbnail, you know. You do get, so I should probably try that ACBA sort of malarkey. Some of these angles you can get on the upper rings here from the seated position. And there's, oh look, there's Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn. He's put him through the table there as well. I don't think I mentioned those earlier when I was up in the modern display, but it looks like you sort of got your own crowd there as well. So it's my birthday. I'm just doing a random video, so I'm impressing myself at least. So this is the New Generation Arena, of course, underneath, and I do really love that stage. But I have also made a classic Golden Age stage under here. So on to the final one then of today, number 4 of 4, the Golden Age of Wrestling, the 1980s display. So here we have the British Bulldog himself, Davey Boy Smith, with Matilda. There's some selection of accessories there. And the Dynamite Kid. So if you've seen one of my recent haul videos, shameless self-plug here on the birthday, that is the Cello Toys Dynamite Kid. So it fits pretty much perfectly in with Davey Boy there. And we actually have the British Bulldogs complete with the WWE Tag Team titles, of course, added to them. As we go back here behind the pillar, we've got the Junkyard Dog, one of the original Kings of the Ring. JYD's there. There's WrestleMania 3 Macho Man. I have turned a sort of flash on the phone on here to try and get some more light under here for you. So see, very considerate here, very considerate of the lighting. So there's the Macho Man. There is Andre the Giant Sideburns version with the WrestleMania 3 and WrestleMania 6 golf cart accessory that Mattel have done. That's another great thing to sort of get. There's young Vince McMahon, Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself, on commentary with Bobby the Brain Heenan. And if I can focus there, there is the Honky Tonk Man and some crap, because I have been literally unboxing loads of stuff from all those haul videos. I'll give you a sort of sneak peek. Look at all these bloody boxes. Yeah, so I'm surrounded by crap that I've got to sort of get through. And there's Mean Gene ready to interview. So here we have the black foam and the light blue foam. Again, you can see over here. This might be a temporary setup because if WCW comes, I might keep the modern and get rid of this. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. So there's Big John Studd. And this ring, of course, is the Jax ring. Now this is bloody pricey on the aftermarket, but luckily I've had it since the day it came out, so I didn't have to worry about black tracking. And this is the famous blue cage. So this is the WrestleMania 2 arena from Jax Pacific years ago. And as I said, I was all in on Jax, and I sold pretty much all the Jax to fund half the figures in here. So, but I did keep the rings. So in the loft, I had all sorts of rings. So I went up there, I managed to find it and put it together. So we do get this steel cage display, and it is absolutely massive. It's about the same sort of size, as you can see, of the Mattel rings. They're pretty much the exact same size. So Jax with a good scale there as well. So we got some old school characters here. We got Classy Freddie Blassie. We got Wendy Richter with the old school women's title on. We've got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat being stretched out the arena. We've got Beefcake Valentine and, of course, King Kong Bundy there as well. So the cage does work. Look at that. You've even got a little working lock on the thing. You drop that down, lift that up, and you can get into the steel cage. So I'm going to do a WrestleMania 1 setup in here. So there, I've actually opened some Ultimate Editions for this. So there is Hulk Hogan with a classic version of the WWE Championship. There is the Ultimate version of Mr. T. And if I can focus through the cage, no, it's not going to let me do that, is it? So there's Mr. T with all the gold, and then Paul Orndorff and Cowboy Bob Orton, of course, Randy Orton's dad there. So that's just waiting Rowdy Roddy Piper, which they have announced for the Coliseum collection of the Ultimate Editions. As I say, with all these Coliseum collection Ultimate Editions, that's kind of why I thought about doing a really sort of old school arena. And I've used the back of the New Generation arena there. And down the side, you may be able to see if I can get down there. Zeus and Rip, of course, from the No Hold Barred film. So there's Hogan and Zeus. And there is the Ultimate Warrior down there. So that's kind of the undertable display. And as I say, I was very lucky that it didn't block any of the other arenas there. I could, I suppose, go higher. I could like build even higher if I wanted to. Something to think about. And just to end off this birthday extravaganza then, I'll just take you through everything in sort of one shot. So above the door curtain there, because of course the door had to come off because I wanted to display figures behind it, but you've got some legends there, and then you've got the mint on card Ultimate Edition wall, and we pan over to the tables. So you've got the classic underneath, you've then got the new gen under there, into the modern, and into the Attitude Era. So absolutely massive. And then the figures are on there. I'll do a separate sort of more deep dive video on the figures, but that is all the Mattel Elite I've collected. So I'll just give you a sort of a brief shot of all of them, because my goodness, there are a lot of them. This is wrestling's been a bit of an obsession for me over the years. Wrestling and Marvel, I think, are my two sort of biggest things in life, but wrestling definitely takes it over Marvel for me. So there is a classic. These are all in sort of chronological order. Each cube is a different era. There is something I haven't shown off recently. I did manage to pick up the Slim Jim, Snap Into a Slim Jim, SDCC exclusive, Macho Man Randy Savage. So very pleased to be able to add him to the collection. And ladies and gentlemen, that is basically it. On my 36th birthday, I've taken you through what I've been working on over the past sort of 2 to 3 weeks since they announced that WCW crowdfunded stage. I was like, right, I've got to step up this display. So I think I've achieved it. So I am very happy with what sort of turned out. I do like me a diorama. This sort of reminds me of their displays from Mattel at Comic Con or at WrestleMania. You always see these big on table displays that they managed to do. So I've been quite happy managing to actually achieve that. So there will be a post-credit scene, so do stick around. But I'm going to say, I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. Please do like, comment and subscribe, as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers in 2023. And it is my birthday, so come on, subscribe on my birthday, people. So I hope you enjoyed the Mattel figures, and those that stuck around have some bonus footage. And this is what you've stuck around for. Not only did I get the Titantron Live in that eBay bundle, I got the Toy Biz WCW Nitro stage. So if the crowdfunder doesn't make it, I've got this backup, because this thing is absolutely huge. And I always wanted this as a kid and never had it. So I've got it now. So I'm very, very pleased with this. So even if they don't make it, they're definitely making the WCW ring and loads of Monday Night Wars Ultimate Editions and Elites. So, well, people don't fund it, I got me a backup. So this set will not go to waste. This will then go on here, and we will have a WCW Monday Nitro setup. So thank you for watching, everybody.